welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson. Welcome to my kitchen, welcome to my home, and welcome to my channel. So I've got some new people there just to kind of recap. Who is this woman, Lynn Wilson, that is talking to you probably through your TV or your phone or your computer, and you're wondering, who is Lynn Wilson? Well, she's a plain and simple girl that lives in New Jersey, that works full-time, takes care of her husband who's on disability. He has epilepsy. Takes care of her youngest son at home, who is now a young adult, but who has autism and 4 other diagnoses. I am an adopted mother. I am a biological mom. I have a son that's married 8 years now. He is a pastor, and he's not living at home anymore. I wish he was, but he's out and about with his wife serving, and we take care of my mom. She lives in her own home, but we still take care of her household as well. My dad passed away 2 months, so we're now taking on that responsibility, making sure that my mom is well taken care of and honoring my mom and dad that way. And what else? I live a simple life, budget-friendly life. I do a lot of stockpiling, some cooking, some DIYs, some thrift shopping, Dollar Tree hauls, shopping hauls. I don't know, whatever comes to mind, whatever's part of my life is what I share with you. I'm no expert. I just share my tips that I've learned along my life's journey and hope that it helps and encourages you. So for tonight, I'm dehydrating apples. You could probably see the apples behind me. I've got some apples on my dehydrator. I have 5 trays on my dehydrator. It is a Nesco. I'll show you that in a bit. Why am I dehydrating apples? Well, as you can see the apples behind me, I have 2 cases, maybe 3 cases like this. I feel like I have 1,000 apples. It's not 1,000, but you know, we got a lot of apples. We were blessed with these apples. We got an overabundance of a delivery where I work, and they were going to go bad. So I was blessed to be able to take them. I am teaching 2 craft classes. We have a holiday hangout conference where I work, and we have a Polar Escape weekend conference where I work, and I'm teaching crafts. One of the crafts I'm teaching is a string bird feeder. So what is that? I'll have to show you that. But in the meantime, I'm dehydrating pears, which I have some here. And these pears were going to be going by the wayside, so I dehydrated them. They look disgusting. They look ugly. The birds will love them. I have started to dehydrate some apples in here, and I have some oranges in here. I'll be doing more oranges after I get the apples done, and I will be making these crafts at these conferences, and the birds will be very happy with us through the winter because they'll have these nice bird feeders on many people's trees hanging up. And then at the very end, I'm going to show you a craft that you can make with all these products or something similar on the cheap. Any skill level, any gender, any age, no problem. So let me just finish filling up my dehydrator. I'll plug it in. You can watch me cut up the last few apples, and then I'll show you the craft that you can make as well. So all I'm doing is taking my apples, nothing fancy. To be honest with you, you don't even have to wash them. It's a lot of work. You're just slicing them up, placing them on the dehydrator trays. I'm putting the extras in a bowl. They're going to go in the compost. So normally when I slice apples, if I'm going to slice them for myself, for something, either dried apples to eat or to have dried apples for a recipe or something, I would slice them thinly and evenly shaped. Some of these are quite thick. You can see the thickness of that. But these I want to hold up on the bird feeder. So they don't have to be perfect, and the ones that have the stars in them are the best because the string will go right through it. But if it is solid like this, I have one of the plastic needles where I put through it. But you want them a little thicker, a little bit more dense, so that they're going to hold up for you. So I'm just slicing these up. And like I said, you don't even need to wash them. You're feeding them to the birds. They're fine. I know some people might think I'm crazy for saying that, but they're fine. And you don't want to go too far down, and then they start, as you can see, then you start losing pieces of it. So if they're seeds, I just put them in the compost. Some of them will land in here, but if I can break them off, I will. And I'm placing them on the tray. And there we go. I got one more tray to go. So my house will be smelling so good tonight. It is now after 10 o'clock at night, and I have worked all day. I am tired, but I wanted to get these apples on the dehydrator so in the morning I can get another batch going. As you can see, I have a lot of apples, and I've got to get this done for the Thanksgiving weekend for me to teach my first class. So let's just finish this up. We got to take the paper off of that one. I could probably get, let's see, another 2 or 3 apples on here, and then I'm probably going to have to call it quits. And then I probably have about another 3 trays like this with what's in this box, and I don't know how many times I'm going to have to do this. Probably 1 to 2 daily for the next 2 weeks in order to use up all these apples. And it's funny, my son Gavin, who's my youngest, comes out and he goes, "Mom, save some apples for me." So I said, not to worry. He can have all the apples he wants. There's plenty of delicious apples in this batch that I can use up for him. And that's one fruit that he does quite enjoy. And so do I. Like putting peanut butter on my apples. You guys like peanut butter, or do you like caramel dip? What do you guys like? All right. Let's get this last apple cut up. See what's happening here. How many can we fit? Oh, I got another little piece of paper on there. Get that off. I've been pretty good at taking the paper off, but every once in a while, you know how it goes. You just miss something. So, all right. Probably get one more piece out of this. I think I'm going to call it quits at this point. I don't want to cut up another apple. I won't get it completely done to fill that. So, okay. So here's the dehydrator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays. And you just lay them on top of each other. There's the base of it. I've got some seeds falling down there. Then I'm going to put my lid on here, and you can see it's a Nesco dehydrator. And it has the dial on here with the different settings. So I have a fruit and veggie setting, nuts and seeds, herbs and spices, jerky, meats, and fish. So for fruits and vegetables, it's 135 degrees Fahrenheit or 57 degrees Celsius. So we'll plug it in, make sure it's on the right setting, and that's it. That's it, guys. It has a handle you can lift this off with, but this will sit here until tomorrow, and I'll check it in the morning. It'll probably have to go to after lunchtime. I'll put the next batch on, and that'll go on as well. So here I have, let me just clean up my mess a little bit. Some of these things. So this will go outside. The other day we did pears, which I mentioned I have these pears, and I took all the bits and pieces and the extra stuff. We put them outside for the deer. We have, we live in the Pine Barren area, so we have lots and lots of deer in our backyard. So we thought the deer can nibble on it, the rabbits and whoever else is out there in the middle of the night can have some pears. Whatever's left we can shovel up and put in the composter. So what else can I show you? How about a craft to make? Holidays coming up, Thanksgiving's coming up. You go into someone's house for Thanksgiving and you want like a little hostess gift. So this is dusty. I keep this in my bathroom on a shelf. So what is this? This is a mason jar with a little glass votive, and it fits right on the top with a candle in it. Voila, with a little bow. I bought this. This was before Gavin was born. So this has got to be at least 20 years old. Yeah, at least 20, maybe 22 years old. What is in this thing? Dried apples, dried oranges. You can see by the color how old they are. And there's some dried cranberries. I don't even know if you can tell that's a cranberry, but that's a cranberry. And all they did was fill the jar with dried apples, oranges, and cranberries. Very simple. You got this. Take a little ribbon, tear a piece of fabric, tie it in a knot, put it on your votive, your glass votive, stick it on the top of your jar, and add a candle. Where can you purchase all of this? You can get it on Amazon. You can buy your mason jars at any craft store and these votives at any craft store. Amazon also sells these votives. When I needed them, I just ordered them on Amazon. But let me give you a secret, okay? I was at a thrift shop out in Pennsylvania. Mason jars are like a hot commodity right now because everybody wants to learn canning, and they can get a little pricey. Mason jars, 10 cents and 25 cents, depending on the big ones or the little ones, at a thrift store. So check your thrift stores out. You can get mason jars, and you can get your votives. You can add a candle from the Dollar Tree. You can add a candle from your Walmart order, from craft stores, whatever, fabric. You can put jute rope or twine around this. It does not have to be fabric like this. It could just be a ribbon. Then you're going to say, well, I don't dehydrate. I don't have a dehydrator. I don't want to dehydrate. What else could I put in this jar? Best way to go is get a bag of potpourri. You can get a cheap bag at the Dollar Tree or even Dollar General, and they sell a big bag for $1. You can put that in here, put a few drops of essential oils. You don't have to use your expensive essential oils. Dollar Tree, Dollar General sell essential oils that are $1. And you can put a few drops into the potpourri. Once you put this glass jar on it, the smell stays in there. You don't even need really a smell. You just want the look of something. You could put the glass beads in there. You can get a bag of glass beads, or even the rocks. If you're doing it maybe something for a guy, for a guy's apartment or something like that. Maybe put the rocks in there. Put the glass beads in there. Same thing. Put the votive. Maybe do jute rope instead of a bow like this. If it's a guy, fill this up with whatever. But this was a nice idea if you're into dehydrating. These are 20 plus years old, and that just goes to show you they do last. Hope you enjoy this. Get to see the dehydration of the apples. You get to see a craft. Gave you a few ideas. I've got stuff for my compost. The deer will be happy outside. I'll bring you back, show you some other things as we move forward with dehydration. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. I'd love to chat with you down there in the description, in the comments. Thanks so much for coming by.